Mr. Gorbachev.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Turn up this podcast.
I'm in this for the money and the pussy, and they're both falling off the trees.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 80 of the Reasonable Doubt podcast. As always, we are your hosts, Eric C. Griff.
And Chicka J Money.
How is everyone doing today? How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, as you can tell, folks, from our slightly lackluster introduction there. We went to a hardcore show last night and screamed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got hit in the face.
Dude, you got decked. you got decked, and I grabbed you. You're like, oh, I'm going back in. And I just grabbed you and was like, doot, 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 doot. Wait at the sidelines. I'm like, are you good? And you're like, I'm good. Like, you got hit in the face, and you're like, yeah. It's like, yeah.
Every show, one time, I take a solid hit
Dude,
to the head.
you took a fucking fist to the side of your head. And I was
every
like,
time.
Jesus.
It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I can take a punch.
Yeah, but you were dummied.
Yeah.
I think you, in the moment, thought you were way better than you were. You were like, no, I'm good. And I was like, you're fucking stumbling. And you only had like 3 beers.
Brian got me. I was trying to get out.
Yeah.
Because I got rocked pretty good and I'd fallen.
Did she shove you back in?
And I was like coming back to where we were standing and she was like, I was like, fine, I'll do another round.
Dude, she's brutal. The one girl beside me was like, she came coming around, right? And she gets to the side and I just like, boom, back into the middle, like toss her back into the middle.
Yeah.
And the girl beside me is like, isn't that your girlfriend? She's like, yep.
Yeah, she's good.
She's fine. Don't worry, she's a champ.
Don't worry about her. How you doing? Easy like Sunday morning today. I'm feeling good.
I'm chilling today. I'm chilling.
This is the first Sunday I've had off in a while.
Yeah.
I really like the feeling of a Sunday morning.
Okay, for a long, long time, I used to never, ever work Sundays.
Yeah?
That was my day. One day a week that I didn't do anything.
It's lovely.
It is. It's a good day to do nothing.
It's a fantastic day to do nothing.
Yeah, you feel
the whole
great.
world isn't doing much.
No.
I think that's why it sucks so much to work on Sundays.
Yeah, people kind of don't do anything.
People
just
don't
chill.
do anything, but you have to be the people that do stuff.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It does suck. I want to kick this off with a weird thing.
Okay.
Who the fuck is Jake Paul?
Jake Paul?
Yeah.
He was a YouTuber, like him and his brother Logan.
That's what, like that. I looked into him a little. He was
Yeah.
a Disney Channel child actor.
Maybe. I think that makes sense.
Okay, so that's
But like
the
maybe when he
claim
was
to
like a
fame.
kid. Yeah. And then, no, the claim to fame is the YouTube stuff. They were like the biggest YouTubers on the planet for a couple of years.
Really?
Yeah, the two of them.
And then he got into pro boxing without fighting his way up.
Yes. Yeah,
just
boxing,
by shit talking people on his big ass channel.
Yeah, boxing, like, the big boxing events are kind of like a joke now.
Yeah, they
You know what
are.
I mean?
It's not like back in the day where people fought their way to
Like,
the top.
those fights still happen, but I don't think people watch them near as much
As
as
they
the,
watch-
like, celebrity boxing.
Yeah.
And I think it started with the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight.
Yeah, McGregor.
That kind of, like,
Mayweather.
opened up the floodgates of, like, oh, I guess anyone can just box now at the top level.
Yeah, people
if you
pay
have
for
enough,
it.
like, clout and
If
people
you
are
have
going to
enough
pay for
clout,
it.
people will pay.
Yeah, because, I mean, a venue doesn't give a fuck. If they've got all these people, paying to watch, they got pay-per-views and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll put it on.
Yeah,
But yeah, and then I think they got into some hot water, and then that's what got them into the boxing.
He's
thing.
apparently a decent boxer, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not bad.
He lost to Mayweather.
He lost to Mayweather, but fuck,
Yeah.
it's Floyd Mayweather.
You should
Like,
lose.
You should lose to that guy.
Yeah, but he fought someone else and kicked their ass.
Yeah, and then he like boxes other YouTubers and stuff. But I think it started out as kind of just like a way to make some quick money. You know what I mean? And then I think he found out that he liked it.
The fight business is a weird industry.
Yeah, it's like porn and gambling.
It is.
It's
It is.
exactly
It's a
that.
dirty industry.
It's a dirty industry. Well, it's all it used to. I don't know about now, but it used to all be like mob run, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Like boxing and gambling and like porn rings and shit. That was all mob shit.
Yeah, like it's kind of brutal when I look at how it's set up, and like I've heard stuff. I will say I have some like a degree of respect. This is a hot take, but I have a fair degree of respect for Dana White for taking some shit on the chin. Not him smacking his wife.
She took something on the chin as well.
Yeah, she took something on the chin there.
A 260-pound sweaty man fist.
Dude, yeah, and he's strong as fuck. But
how bad did he kick the shit out of his wife?
He did, and he just smacked her.
Oh.
She, like, came up and was trying to tell him off about something, and he literally was just like, bop!
Not like a Dr. Dre scenario.
Like, dude,
with D. Barnes?
What's that?
He, like, kicked the fuck out of a female journalist one time.
No, not that. No. No. But I will say, like, I saw him commenting on the most recent thing where I was like, yo, fair enough.
Yep.
He seems to kind of keep his ear out of the social media bullshit that surrounds his fighting.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to really know all that much of what's going on as far as what people talk about, which I find interesting for a CEO.
You'd think you'd have your
He
ear to the
just
ground.
ignores it and is like, I'm making money and we're doing fights.
Yeah.
And he makes that the narrative. Like, so the last one I saw, he was talking about, I can't remember who it was, and he's like, oh yeah, this journalist, he's sitting there and the journalist is like, how do you feel about this? Like, considering, I don't know, whatever, the one fighter says he's like the best African fighter. Mm-hmm. And Dana White's like, okay, what's your point? And he's like, well, you know, is this a racial thing because he's black? And he's sitting there and he starts laughing and he's like, is that what they're saying? Like, he has no idea that that's the narrative on fucking social. He has no clue. He's like, is that what's being said? And they're like, yeah. Like, that it's a racial thing. And he laughed. He's like, this is a fucking fight business. This is a fight. These are the two people that both want to be a part of it. I'm going to let him fight.
I don't know how I feel
like, he just doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I don't give a fuck if he's black. Like, it doesn't matter. And he literally says that. He's like, I don't fucking care if he's black. Like, he wants to fight. All right, you're fighting.
How do you feel about, like, the UFC, like, with the narratives around fights now becoming sort of, like, wrestling-ish?
What do you mean?
You know, like, when WWE promos and stuff, you'd have all the fucking beefs between wrestlers.
They've always done that with UFC.
Yeah, but it feels like it's ramping up. You know what I mean? Especially with the social media
It is,
stuff.
and even the fighters talk about it, that, like Jorge Masvidal seems like a badass beforehand when he's like doing those, and he's like, fuck you, blah, 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 and it seems real intense. But then you see him in an interview with, like, say, Joe Rogan or something, and he's like, oh, no, I'm really good buddies with that guy. Like, we're friends.
Yeah, you're
We've
just putting
trained
it
together
on.
for years. It's literally a show. He's like, I've trained with that guy for years. Like, we're friends. I know his wife and everything. Like, our families have dinner and shit. Like, it's bullshit. Total bullshit. And Masvidal's like, goes in, beats the shit out of him, but they're fighters. That's what they do.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're not actually trying to kill each other.
No,
you know
he's there. He's like, I'm trying to win a fight. It's a tactical. A tactical move.
Do you remember when fucking McGregor lost that one time? I forget to who.
When he broke his ankle or broke his leg, is that what you're talking about?
I think so, but he's like all fucking knocked, like half knocked out, laying on the ground. Joe Rogan's like looming over him with the mic. And he just starts spouting off how he, like, fucks the other fighter's wife and shit.
Oh, it's Khabib, I think.
Was it
the one
Khabib?
You're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
They actually hate each other.
They actually hate each other.
Yeah, because McGregor also fucking threw a chair at the guy's tour bus.
Yeah, with his, like, staff on it.
Yeah, they, like, charged him outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
nuts. Also, Khabib's a piece of shit. He won that fight, jumped out of the ring, and attacked one of the people sitting in the crowd that was like McGregor's buddy. Like, immediately wins the fight, jumps the fence, and goes after the guy.
Round 2, baby.
Dude, like, the guy's like, where the fuck is your sportsmanship, man?
Could you imagine?
I don't like Khabib. I'm not a fan.
You're like front row at like UFC. You fucking just watch this crazy fight. Your boy loses. That's whatever, though. You're at the UFC, and then all of a sudden, a fighter is coming at you
full tilt
over the octagon. You're sat down.
Dude, I will say the guy you see him chilling. He's like, fucking. He looks bummed about it, and sees him coming and just gets up and gets ready to punch him. Like, gets ready to fuck him up right away.
Yeah, it reminds.
Yeah.
It's just like the Malice in the Palace stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, just fucked.
like
man.
you're just talking a little shit to a basketball player. You're like, fucking get up here, come on, fuck, and they start coming. Like, oh shit.
Oh, fuck, okay. Yeah.
Oh no, it's go time.
Yeah, let's go time. Yeah. Dude, that was fucked. That fight was really fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, neither of them handled it well. And neither of them were like, I'm going to be the bigger man and not fucking do this. But you also have guys, like, there's a whole industry of guys who have this, like, I got to prove myself
Yeah, I guess.
chip on their shoulder all the time. There's no being a bitch.
No, there
Like,
is no.
you're
being
not,
that.
there's no bigger man, because being the bigger man and stepping down means I look like a bitch.
But what if you went so far the other way? Like, you just went out of your way, you were super, super nice, maybe even soft. But you were like, you would still fight the same.
Fighters have done it. You see some fighters do it. I've noticed Uriah Hall does it, and that guy's a fucking beast.
Yeah, what if you were just like, really nice when the other guy's trying to be...
Not Uriah Hall, that's a band, isn't it?
I don't know. Like, at the weigh-in, give him a little kiss on the forehead.
Guys do that and try and fuck with him, and people don't like it.
No.
Well, not that people don't like it, the other fighter gets really, really angry.
Well, because they're always trying to get as close as possible to each other without touching.
Oh, no, it is Uriah Hall, I'm right.
Right?
Yeah.
They're always, like, right in each other's face with a picture or whatever.
They do it all the time. They do it. The guys do it all the time.
Like a little butt pat or
That's
something.
Uriah Hall. The dude's a fucking monster.
Damn, he looks like he sells phones for Virgin Mobile.
Wow, Josh.
Dude, I'm just saying.
No, he does not. He looks like he would destroy both of us in a 2v1.
Yeah, so do all the guys who sell phones at Virgin Mobile. Every time I go by, like a fucking... You know, like not a cell phone store, but if they've set up a little cart,
It's like a 6'5".
it's the most handsome black man I've ever seen in my life.
6'5", built like a tank.
Yeah, plays
Handsome,
basketball
yeah.
for like Western or something.
Dude, it's weird the amount of them that I've talked to.
Yeah, and
and
I'm like,
been
what are you doing? I was selling phone.
Yeah, or they're wearing like a Falcon, like Fanshawe Falcons basketball team shirt, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
why are you
always.
here?
I don't know, but they're always there, and those guys can sell me anything.
They must have a connect at these ones that they go to the schools and look for kids, give them a part-time job or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty low-stakes job. You're not going to get injured.
Exactly, it's safe.
Right?
That's a big
But
thing
fuck,
with
those
athletes.
guys can sell me anything.
Yeah, you
They
never
just
see
make me feel so cool. To
you
be
never
included
see
in the
athletes doing
conversation.
part-time trades because there's
No.
way too high of a risk of injury.
Yeah, or even just like warehouse shit.
Yeah, they
Like
won't
if you
do
just
that.
throw your back out or something,
Yeah,
you're
no,
done.
no.
Could you imagine throwing away your career for that? Damn.
For like minimum wage.
Yeah.
Can you imagine throwing away your life for that? Fucking.
Do you every day?
Yep. Yes, I do. Every day.
So I was doing a little research.
Okay.
I was checking some things when I was googling our names to see like what would come up, because I wanted like podcast stuff to show up, right? And I found something a little Pinteresting.
What?
I found a Christian Griffity Pinterest account.
Oh.
It's very nice. I was having a good time looking at it. You've got some home decor. You've got some male fashion. I don't think you've used this account for like 5 years, probably, at
Oh,
least.
man.
Which is great because I knew you then. Like, like when we were living together.
What's in it?
You have like male fashion, you have home decor, you have like music infographics.
Yeah, well, you know what? I had dreams.
I know. You really like wood paneling.
I love wood paneling.
There was like a coat rack that was made out of antlers, and then there was also a coat rack made out of like cut limbs of trees.
Yeah, yeah.
You really, at the time, you really liked skinny pants, and you know those shirts with the like 3-button Henleys.
Yes, I love
You
Henleys.
really
to this
liked
day.
Henleys and
Yeah.
skinny pants.
Yeah, well, okay, I'm going to tell you. I was pretty lean back then. Well, I saw a picture of us and our friend Brian, that we lived with.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I looked
God,
and
hate
I was
it.
like, God damn, we were fucking lean.
There was like so little wrinkle in my face.
Yeah, there's no wrinkles. I was Yeah, like lean. I will say there's certain things I've noticed that I think just come with age. And like people, like my neck is thicker than it was
same.
then. Like even if I lost a bunch of weight,
There's just, because you got so much more knowledge in your head.
that it's so heavy.
It's so heavy
But
now.
seriously, in my like traps, like I had my shoulders, I think went down before my neck before. They would go into the neck and then back up.
Yeah. It is
Yeah.
strange. Like, I'll look at a picture of myself at like 20.
Yeah, it's
Like,
so different.
you're just so not jaded yet.
No, yeah, just
Like, you're just
carefree.
so rose colored. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
rose-colored glasses.
Just looking at the world, everything's great.
So true.
Like, that was the good times, and you didn't even know.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the good times.
It's still the good times.
It's
I
still
think
the
we
good
still
times.
have a good time.
but it's different good times.
yeah, times just change.
I was making so much less money and living so much better.
I don't understand that.
Yeah,
I was so happy making nothing.
I was making not much at all.
No, I made barely any money. It was enough to like pay rent and for us to go out.
Yeah, get drunk 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And that's
And
all
just,
I
like,
need.
that's all
That
I
is
needed.
really all we needed.
Yeah, it was like I just want to enjoy my life, hang out with my friends, and
So many more responsibilities now.
Yeah, fucking insane.
It is insane.
Yeah,
We should live like that again.
we should. I've been saying this, but the problem is we have lives.
I know, I've got like things now.
We got lives, wives, and jobs.
Damn, what happened to us,
We got
bro?
lives, wives, and careers.
Damn.
yeah, that's brutal.
All right, I just wanted to bring up the Pinterest thing. I've been trying to bring it up, or I've been trying to find a way to talk about it for the last 4 weeks, but the opportunity never came up.
Well,
I said Pinteresting a few times instead of interesting, and you never did.
yeah, because I had a feeling I knew.
You
where
had
it
a
was
feeling?
going. I was like, that's weird.
That's weird that you say that.
Yeah. I used Pinterest before. I haven't used it in a long time. It is an app that I used to really enjoy.
I don't have an account, but I use it for recipes. It's
Okay.
really good for recipes.
Yeah.
But you can only look at a certain amount of pages before your browser's like, whoa, there, you got to make an account, and then it kicks you off.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, just make an account.
yeah, well, then I got a Pinterest account, and I just made fun of you for having one.
They're good though.
Yeah, but
I used to try and find as much GQ men's fashion stuff as I could.
It was very GQ.
It was I love GQ style. I love it
I think your taste in watches have changed.
a lot,
Since then.
considerably. Yeah,
There were a lot of exposed gears.
yeah. It was a douchey era for me.
Everyone was a douche at 20 to 22 years old.
Yeah, that's fair.
Everyone. I was the worst.
But I mean, I do still love all the same things. I like watches. I don't love the exposed gear face.
No.
I also prefer actual jewelry instead of leather bands.
Yeah, I've become more of a metal band guy than a leather band.
Yeah, I
it used to
prefer-
be straight leather.
Yeah, I used to wear leather bands. I don't like them anymore.
No. I
No.
want to be I want a really heavy
Yeah.
with the not like this band, but the other type of metal band where it looks like a bunch of little ball bearings, sort of.
Okay, kind of. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not interlinked. It's one it's one piece that's flexi metal.
Oh, yes, I do know what you're
You know
talking.
what
You
I mean?
like that?
I like that.
That's
yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that, Jed.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
And then
I like I don't like Rolexes, to be honest. I think
No.
they're gaudy.
yeah,
But
any watch with a diamond on it.
oh,
No.
that's not nice.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't get diamond. I'd get moissanite. It's much cheaper, but
No, you know what I mean though. Guys that get the watches and then around the face it's all diamonds. I think that's
well,
gaudy.
if you're balling.
Well, I'm not balling.
If we took off as a podcast,
Yeah, then I'd be balling, but not
I would
like
get
that.
one of those
I'd
faces.
probably get a custom chain,
yeah.
maybe maybe
see,
some grills.
For 3 weeks there, I wanted a Cuban link.
Dude, I've wanted a Cuban link for months.
Yeah, but let me tell you, I got to a point where one of our friends said that I would look like a greasy mechanic. I'm not going to use the term he used there.
What do you mean?
Like,
Is there a slur involved?
yes, regarding a certain country in the Mediterranean.
French.
The French.
You look like a French macani.
Yeah. So I was like, I was like, all right, well, yeah, you know what? That is a valid point. I don't look like that.
You wear a chain.
I do usually wear a chain, but a big Cuban link would be too much. Like, I was looking at getting Cuban links with like that much.
Oh no, that's awful.
Like a thick Cuban link.
No, the type of chains we gotta get like silver chains.
Yeah.
And we gotta wear like turtlenecks underneath them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would be great.
With like really small little glasses.
Speaking of French mechanics.
Yeah.
I took the girlfriend down to replace the blower motor in the truck for our soon-to-be trip to my first ever MLB game.
Yeah.
The day this comes out, we will be going to an MLB game.
In the 6.
Yes, we will. Watching the MLB.
The Big Banana. The Big Smoke.
What's,
the Concrete Jungle.
Is it called the Big Banana?
It is called the Big Banana.
Why?
Because it's shaped like a banana.
Oh, because it goes around like
yeah.
Ontario. Okay. But so I had to replace the blower motor in the truck so that we could have AC.
Yeah.
So I did that. We went to the Wreckers, got one. Do you know the Wreckers has a 1-year warranty on parts?
What?
Bro, what the fuck? It's an auto Wreckers.
Yeah, I assume they just sat there and then whatever you get, you get.
That's what I thought. I go in, they're like, oh yeah, $55 for a blower motor. I'm like, that's pretty good price.
Did you have to take it out yourself?
No, they pulled it for me. And it was considerably cheaper. They had it on the shelf already. They were like, oh yeah, we have one of those. Do you want it? It's $55 because we pulled it. It's $45 if you pull it. And I was like,
I'll pay $10 for someone to pull a blower motor.
Yeah, I was like, if you already have it, yeah, I'll just grab it. And they're like, okay. And then she goes, save your receipt. It's a 1-year warranty. And I was like, you have a fucking warranty on parts? That's insane.
That is insane.
It's like, what? You're an auto record. Like, you must be pretty sure that it's a good part.
Yeah.
It must be off like a new
Maybe it's only
truck.
certain parts. Like, maybe they, like, certify some of
A
them.
blower motor, though? For, like, your fan in your vehicle? That's a wear and tear part as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I guess. Must have been from a new truck.
Nice, though. I put it in, and then I realized that this is an old... So here's a dumb little thing.
Yeah.
You know the cabin air filter they always try to get you with when you go, like, Mr. Lube?
Oh, like in your glove box? Or, like, behind your glove box? Yeah.
So in Chevy trucks, it doesn't come with one.
That's like an add-on?
It does, yeah, like I go down and I'm like, how the fuck do I get into this thing? So
Yeah.
I look it up online. You cut out the bottom. You cut it.
Yeah.
Like physically cut the place where the filter goes and there's nothing in there. And when you get your first cabin air filter to put in, you have to get a plate for the bottom that screws in.
What the fuck?
And I was like, what the fuck kind of chintzy shit is that? It doesn't come with a cabin air filter? So then I look up.
It's not like that's an expensive thing to have.
Bro, I was like, it's a little piece of plastic like this long by this.
Yeah.
And a fucking cabin air filter. It's like $35.
Yep. That's an option. It's like power windows.
And then, yeah, and so I look in and I'm like, looking up at the coil that it blows over to give me air conditioning, full of dirt.
Yeah.
Like,
because
no
there's no
shit, my AC's been garbage. There's fucking no airflow. That's probably why the last motor died. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because that truck's how old?
It's an 09.
And it's never had
And it's it has 400,000 kilometers. It's never had an air filter.
in like, what, 14 years?
Yeah, what the fuck is that, dude? I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, they're a bit of a ripoff when you go to Mr. Lube, but you definitely should still use them. Like,
Yeah, you can just do it yourself, though.
yeah,
You know?
like, I was appalled at that.
Shocked and appalled.
Shocked and appalled. Speaking of Chevy, though, and GM, I want to get into something with you because it's going to blow your fucking mind.
All right.
Hold up. Let me pull this up.
Jamie, pull this up.
Jamie, pull this up. Come back. Where are you?
You ever see that Chevy that ripped that girl's face off? They're fuck, man. They're strong animals. Gotta be careful with those.
Chimps.
Chimps.
Chevys. Chevys can pull your face off.
Chevys can pull your face off.
Okay. Do you know who JP Morgan is?
No.
J.P. Morgan was an American financier in the late 1800s.
Okay, learning.
Okay? He eventually, like J.P. Morgan Chase, the bank.
Yeah.
Like it was J.P. Morgan and Chase. And there was a merger, obviously. And that's how that happened. He was born in 1837. He died at 75 years old in 1913. In Italy, which is weird. But anyway.
Weird place to go.
Yeah. He probably liked it there.
It's a nice place.
It's also like the late 1800s. So, I mean, he probably got on a ship to go over there and see it and then never made it back.
Yeah, well, it did take you, like, what, 6
month?
months to fucking get across the ocean? Like, I think you don't go for a week. I think you stay for a considerable amount of time.
For a while, yeah.
That had to be the fucking, just as a quick sidebar before you continue, that had to be, like, the craziest fucking adventure.
Being able to fly around and get places in, like, a day or two is insane.
Yeah, you
That
can
is a
reach
massive
almost
development.
anywhere on the Earth in, like, less than 3 days, I think.
Yeah.
I think
Like-
maybe, like, Antarctica, certain spots might take, like, a
like-
week.
No, well, like,
But
but you
if
got to
you-
fly in and take snowmobile and stuff.
Yeah, but, like, if you time it right, because certain, like, islands only get a boat, like, once a week.
Yeah,
But if you time it right, you can get to almost anywhere in the world in 3 days.
that's fucked.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so, listen to this. I didn't realize, we'll read his little blurb on here. He basically, like, I would say, when I went on a deep dive on him last night, like, very deep dive.
Okay.
He basically spearheaded a majority of the industrialization of the United States.
Okay.
Which made it the world economic powerhouse.
Okay.
It says here, due to the extent of his dominance over U.S. finance, Morgan exercised enormous influence over the nation's policies and the market forces underlying its economy. During the Panic of 1907, he organized a coalition of financiers that single-handedly saved the American monetary system from collapse.
Damn. It's funny how that happens, like, all the time.
Yeah, like he was like, oh, the U.S. is going to collapse. I like it here. I'm going to prop it back up. I have enough money, I'll prop the fucking American economy back up and make it
Yeah.
okay. And I
Because
can fix
I don't,
it.
by, like, the 1800s, I don't think the U.S. was a full, like, major power.
No, not yet. He turned it into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so get this. Where is list of Morgan corporations? There's tons. I'm not naming a bunch of them.
You name them, I'll either say good or bad. Bad.
You know DuPont, right?
Yeah.
Why are they bad?
Don't like the logo.
Are you kidding me?
What's
Why?
DuPont do?
DuPont makes like a bunch of random shit.
Oh, okay. Like,
Yeah.
is it just one of those, like, manufacturing
Like a
conglomerates?
3M kind of thing.
Oh, okay. 3M makes good product.
Huh? Yeah,
3M
they do.
makes good
They do.
product.
Okay, just listen to this.
Okay.
He also did Federal Steel,
Okay.
which made tons of shit. General Electric.
Heard of them?
What do you mean? GM.
Yeah. General Motors.
General Motors, Chevy, which is how I tied this in.
Nice.
Great job on me.
Great
Nice.
segue.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. He helped start GM.
Mm.
International Harvester, which also turned into International, which made transport trucks. They were like before John Deere and all that shit. Like they were huge. A bunch of other international, Mercantile Marine, like all these. Kennecott Copper. National Tube, which made most of the piping for the United States and Canada for a very long time.
National Tube.
Yeah, they did tubing, so piping and shit, right? And Western Union, which is like the bank still for getting your money around the world via wire transfer.
Is it Western Union that also does the, like, payday loans and shit?
No.
Or am I thinking of something else?
You're thinking of Money Mart.
Yeah, I thought Western Union also did that.
I hope they don't. They're above that. You can wire transfer money to like Brazil
Yeah.
for yourself through Western Union. They're all over the world. They're great. Like, and then I'm just going to name cities where he implemented the railroad. Atlantic Coast, Baltimore, Ohio, Georgia, Chesapeake Bay, Chicago, Burlington, Quincy, Chicago, Great Western, Indianapolis, Louisville, Elgin, Joliet, Erie, Florida East, Great Northern, which became, like, got into us. Hocking Valley, Jersey, Lehigh, Nashville, New York Central, New Haven, Hartford, Ontario, us. More New York. Nickel Plate, the Northern Pacific Railway was him. Pennsylvania, Pierre Marquette. St. Louis, San Francisco, the Cross Southern, and Terminal Railroad. He also, you know, when you're playing Monopoly and it says Reading Railroad?
Yeah.
That's a real thing that he did.
What do you mean?
That was a real fucking railroad company.
Oh, okay.
Reading lines were like all over Philly and New York.
The reading lines. It's a shame what the infrastructure of railroad has become.
Why?
I would say 90% of the track is either torn up or non-used.
Yeah, I wanted to bring him up because I think it's prolific that when he died, his fortune by today's standards was only worth $2.4 billion.
Only.
I know, but he passed on to his son, and they basically did a bank that continues to help the U.S. economy. Mm-hmm. He was more focused on industrialization and like improving the United States as a whole and improving living conditions for people than he was his own wealth. Obviously, he wanted to stay wealthy so he could continue to do stuff, as anyone with a brain does. But like, there were lots of people at the time who had way more money than he did and didn't do as much as he did.
True. You really like this guy.
I do quite like J.P. Morgan. I think he's a really interesting character. I think he's like, it kind of perplexes me. There's a few people like that in history. We were talking outside. Andrew Carnegie's the same way.
I'm going to get you like a poster set, I think, of like
what?
Great men that you like.
Of
J.P.
what? Like,
Morgan, Carnegie,
there's some
Kissinger.
Kissinger school.
No, he's not.
Kissinger school.
Saddam Hussein. Who else do you like? You like
Guevara.
magnates. You know what I mean? You like barons.
What?
Like just some guy who like strikes it rich in Texas off oil
And does crazy shit with
and
that
like
money.
points with a big walking cane and he's got gout in all his fingers.
Yeah.
You love these guys.
Dude,
I think in spirit you are these guys.
they're the foundation of our society.
Just without like, if you had struck oil on your property, you would be this guy in a second. That just hasn't happened yet. But I think deep down there's part of you that wants to like have the door of your car opened for you every single time you walk out. You know what I mean?
So Brian, my girlfriend, has talked about this.
Yeah.
That she's like, we'll drive by an enormous mansion that has staff.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, sometimes I think you want that. And I'm like, no. Yeah, I do.
I want staff. I just want to be able to deny vacation time. That's all I want to do.
No.
All I want to do is like just write a full schedule for Christmas Day and then be like, you gotta come in. I'm not working.
No, I would enjoy being. I think my biggest focus is, really and truly, like on a serious note, my biggest focus is I would love to have enough money to be able to actually affect change.
Okay.
It's important to have people like that. Those people are important to our society.
Change, but change doesn't have to be good.
I think it should be.
It should be, but change by itself just isn't good.
But I think if you're like a ground up kind of story, like Howard Schultz, then you can do a lot of good things. Howard Schultz is another one that should go on my
guy,
yeah. He should go on my poster too.
On your poster,
yeah, multi-billionaire. Yeah, but people like that. If you have enough money to affect positive change in your community, you should.
Yeah,
you should do so. You should make a point of it. I fucking hate, like, honestly, I'm gonna take a stab here and say, like, when I hear people compare Bezos to like Carnegie. Mm-hmm. Like, fuck off, dude. He's not the same at all. Carnegie went out of his way to do positive things for the country. Mm. Jeff Bezos is a fucking hoarder of money.
It is.
He just hoards money.
He does. And he's like actively
not giving money away.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
bro,
a
you
choice.
have hundreds of billions of billions of dollars.
And he's just flying up to space with William Shatner.
Yeah, like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, when you have that kind of money, don't tell me you couldn't dump 10 billion into the economy, into, like, charities and stuff, affect real positive change, and you wouldn't even fucking notice.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even notice the financial
I think
hit.
once you're worth over, like, 5 billion, like, materially,
Yeah.
your life will never change.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
you'll-
You could be worth $1 trillion.
That's what I'm
but,
saying.
like,
He's worth 100 billion.
I think
If
he's worth more.
If he knocked it down to 90 billion,
Mm-hmm.
you literally won't notice a difference in your life.
161 billion. Is
There you
what
go.
he's-
Give up $20 billion, put it into all the fucking charities you want across the world, prop people up, and make the standard of living better in the place you live.
Yeah.
Help people.
No.
And you would never fucking notice the financial hit.
I think
Why?
that-
Because your pissing match with fucking Elon Musk would stop? That you guys are climbing for richest man? Like, they're both a bunch of fucking tools.
Yeah, I think to get that level of wealth, though, you can't be the type of guy that gives back. Because if you're the,
What about Carnegie?
It's a different time.
Why? Because those people were better back then.
think
People
so.
like to go back and shit on them for shortcomings of the time and make it a personal vendetta. Like, people go, wow, Carnegie, he was probably fucking racist. Same with Teddy Roosevelt. Oh, he was racist. So was every white guy at the fucking time. That's how it was. You know what I mean? I don't make it a personal
I'd be
problem. He was a fucking, did a lot of good things. Teddy Roosevelt started the concept, fathered the concept of conservation.
That is true.
Do you know how fucking incredible that is? Literally, single-handedly pointed all the fucking super left-wing people who hate him for his, like, nationalism. He founded your way of life. He founded the concept of saving our planet. He was the father of that, and you fucking hate him for some...
Is Teddy Roosevelt on the Great Man poster?
Yes, he is. I love Teddy
Just
Roosevelt.
rough riding in Cuba.
Dude, fucking, like, I just think it's insane. I don't think there's anything wrong with being exorbitantly rich, so long as you're smart enough, so long as you're intelligent enough to get to that point by doing things for development, and then once you're at that point, that you make an effort to figure out how to give back. You have to. That's your responsibility as a billionaire.
I think you do have a responsibility.
You have a responsibility as a billionaire to figure out ways to give back to your community.
Because I think there's a certain amount you take from the community to achieve that sort of wealth.
You have to get the money somewhere.
You got to get the money from somewhere. So where's that coming from? So you're taking from the community. You probably should prop it back up, hopefully with more than you took.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go.
That's what I'm saying. That's what bugs me. Today's billionaires suck for that.
They do suck for that.
They do. They really do. Today's people of power and influence suck for that. You know what Andrew Carnegie and fucking Teddy Roosevelt weren't doing? Running sex trafficking rings in fucking Lolita Island.
Well, that we know about.
They definitely weren't, dude.
How do you know that?
Because those guys
How do
didn't
you
give
know
a
that?
fuck about
Dude,
that.
back then you could marry a 14-year-old.
Exactly, and they were.
That's a sex ring.
It's not a sex. They wasn't rings, Josh.
They was
They
just out in
picked
the
them.
open.
Yeah.
The problem with sex rings isn't that it's secret. You know,
Fair point.
it's just out there.
I'd feel better if we just knew. You know?
Like, who is a pedophile?
Yeah, and then I could make my own judgment.
Like, I would say like 75% of men.
Really?
Yeah, I would say a lot of men are pedophiles.
75% is an extraordinarily high number. Mm-hmm. What, you think anyone who makes over $1 million a year, just pedophiles?
No. Even like any sort of economic standard, pedophile. Do you know how many guys? It's pedophilic to me for guys sitting there waiting for women to turn 18.
That's creepy.
That's super creepy. You can ask like how common it is for like 15-year-old girls to get catcalled.
Yeah, my
You know what I
girlfriend's
mean?
told me about that when she
Right?
was younger, yeah.
And then like when women talk about it, they just get told to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's fucked up. It's
You know what?
super
And
fucked up.
you know what I'm not thinking is we live in a very specific area of the globe.
Yeah.
Most of the globe doesn't fucking care at all.
No, I mean like it's age of consent wherever. Could
Yeah.
be like way lower. I think Japan it's like 13 or something
Yeah, a
stupid.
lot of places it's like that.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's nasty to me.
Well, it's fucked. It's fucked.
It is fucked.
Yeah, like even 18, to be honest, like you're still.
It could be 20.
You're still a fucking moron at 18. Yeah, it could be 20.
It could be 20. It could be 25.
Yeah. Yeah, like you can't fuck anyone under 25.
I think once you hit 25, then anything under 22 should be off limits.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're too dumb.
They're too dumb. And it's like, you know something nefarious is there. You don't love her for her personality.
No way.
Not a chance.
No.
No.
No. Like, I look at people we know that are like 20, and I'm like, oh, you're a kid.
Yeah, you're not even in that realm for me.
I still like working with them.
Yeah,
but it's like, it's noticeable that you're like, oh, you're like a child.
Very different stage of life.
Yeah, like I'm fucking doing way different stuff and thinking about
we are in
things.
our 20s, but we have more in common with someone that's like 35 than we do someone that's like 21.
That's why all my friends are like 35.
Yeah, all my friends are old men.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, fellas.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up though.
Yeah.
I thought it was an interesting
little fun little segue here.
Yeah.
Did you know that the inventor of the Segway, the transportation device, died on one?
Are you serious?
Yeah, he rode it off a cliff.
Intentionally?
No, accidentally.
Off a cliff.
Yeah. On a Segway. And I think it was a demonstration to show how safe they are. He just like, like just right off the side.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Also, this just crossed my mind. Where the fuck are all the Segways?
They're gone. I haven't seen Segways in a while.
They were supposed to be the transportation of the future.
Yeah, they're gone. They're dumb. It's because people.
They're not dumb. They're cooler than e-bikes.
Okay, e-bikes are really, really.
Well,
shit.
Hamilton Harleys.
Yeah. Segways, you know what the problem is with Segways? You don't go fast enough to make it efficient, so all you're really doing is making yourself fat. And we already...
No, because you're standing up.
So?
So, I mean, I think the Segway was to replace walking, not driving.
Yeah, exactly. Don't replace walking. People should walk. We have an obesity epidemic. It's an epidemic. We freaked out about COVID, but we're still handing out Big Macs to people like it's fucking...
Oh, okay, Mr. North American Piggy. If I want my Big Mac, I'm getting my fucking Big Mac.
I'm not saying you shouldn't.
If I want to be a fat fuck, I will be a fat fuck. It is my God-given right. It is absolutely my God-given right. Second I'm not allowed to be fat anymore, it's over.
You know when the Soviets were great? When they had implemented physical regimes that were a standard part of their society.
I think physical education should be much more harsh than
I think it should be. I actually think it should be.
But I think you should also be allowed to be fat.
Oh, I agree with that. If you want to be a fatty, go ahead.
Yeah, you want to be just gorge yourself, that's your right.
Yeah, well, as long as
it helps the economy.
Go ahead and do it, but when you become an inconvenience to me, personally, that's when it's a problem.
That's when your rights stop. Is when I get annoyed. And by inconveniencing Christian, he means by having to look at you. That's all he means. The second he sees someone in a rascal that isn't physically disabled, he's just like.
No, honestly, I don't care about people. No, I shouldn't say it like that. I
don't care about them.
I'm unbothered by people who are overweight. The only actual concern I have about it is that diabetes is the number one drain on the healthcare system in Canada.
Is it really?
It's the number one drain on the healthcare system. If you have type 1 diabetes, that's not your fucking fault. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that we should kick those people to the curb.
No,
like you have a fucking legitimate illness, and we should do our part as a society to help you, and that's what I think. Mm-hmm. I think if you have type 2 diabetes and you're pushing 400 pounds,
here it comes.
Then you need to be treated.
Shot out back.
You need to be fucking treated for an eating problem so that we can get rid of that type 2 diabetes.
Don't get rid of. I thought once you got type 2,
fuck no. You can reverse diabetes like a motherfucker. All you have to do is lose weight.
Oh, okay.
Type 2 diabetes is in most cases is treatable to the point of like getting rid of it.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but what we do is we just allow people to continue on their ridiculous path, ridiculous path of obesity. Fucking, you're gonna be heated about the diabetes.
You couldn't have drove that point home any better. The ridiculousness of this obesity.
But seriously, it's like we just push them along this path and then we pay for it. Yeah, we roll them down this fucking path of obesity and then we pay for it. And everyone pays for it. It's like, no, I'm not opposed to helping these people. I'm opposed to just allowing them to continue to kill themselves.
Like, you should be allowed to kill yourself, though.
I agree with that. Then do it. Don't make it millions of dollars of my problem, okay?
I remember, did you ever use Reddit like maybe 10 years ago?
Yes.
Like when it was younger? Do you remember there was a subreddit called Fat People Hate?
I do.
And it was like, oh, like I looked at it and I saw the title and I was like, let me check this out. And I was like,
brutal.
Ooh, this is like really mean.
It's really
and it was
not
like,
okay.
I thought it was like maybe a sensationalized title and people were just talking about like the obesity.
Bad.
And it would just be like someone taking a picture of a fat dude in public and being like, fuck this guy.
Just some dude who looks happy, like he's having a good... Just
Yeah,
going to
and
Walmart.
I mean, that was the one I remember. It was this dude. He was like at a club or a bar or something. He was a
Just
pretty
like-
big guy, but he was fucking dancing and fucking...
And they're
everyone's
like,
like,
"Fucking
this
kill
fat,
him."
disgusting fuck. Look how much
like,
of the
what
dance
the
floor he's taking
fuck?
up. And everyone's like, oh.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't care if you want to be overweight. Because I know lots of people who are overweight and, like, live their lives very normally and are not a fucking inconvenience to anyone. They don't do anything to hurt anyone. They're nice people.
Mm.
It's what I'm saying when, like, these people are at a state where they're in constant need of medical care due to their own doing. You need to treat that person.
How would you feel about smoking then?
Huh?
How would you feel about smoking?
Same way, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, I'm a hypocrite, obviously, smoking, but I do feel like that. If you continue to kill yourself and you're fucking just dragging it out, like, fuck off, man. Make the move.
Make the move.
Yeah, go get your fucking firearms license or...
Why do you need the license? You're not going to get arrested. Do a little remodeling, paint the ceiling.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's got dark.
I'm just kidding. That's fucked up.
I'm just joking. Just toss that at the
I
end.
will
Get rid of all responsibility for what you just said. Just like, I'm joking.
That was all a joke. Don't worry. It's comedy podcast.
It's a comedy podcast, guys. It's all a bit.
No, I will say, though, the fucking government, because I've been trying to quit smoking for a while.
They help you.
They will. You need GP, though, which is impossible to find in our city, to give you a prescription. You want to go buy a pack of Nicorette? They're more expensive than a pack of darts.
Yeah.
Like, they're more expensive to buy than a pack of cigarettes.
That was something I just, because of like my recent promotion, I just got put on a benefits package, right?
And you can get smoking covered.
Quitting smoke aid. It's like 100% covered if I ever want to quit smoking.
For most
it
people.
actually like blew my mind that was part of it. I was like,
they'll fully put... It's not even that. If you go to a GP when they do it, they'll set up an entire plan to like slowly wean you off nicotine.
Yeah, there's like a 4-step patch or gum system or something.
And it takes you all the way down to nothing, and then you're on just gum with no nicotine, and then they pull you off of the habit of chewing gum. Yeah. And it completely makes you quit smoking. It's a really good program.
My dad was telling me about this drug that he took to quit smoking.
Champex?
I think so.
Yeah, don't do Champex. You wouldn't do well.
No? What do you mean?
No, it makes you depressed.
Does it?
Yeah. My dad took it, who I would say is like a pretty happy person.
Jolly?
Yeah, like he's a pretty happy dude.
Okay.
And he took it and he like called me one day. He's like, I just want you to know I love you. And I was like,
What are you doing?
Are you okay? What the fuck is going on? He's like,
that wasn't
I'm just sitting here thinking. And I'm like, are you on? And he's telling me, I'm like, how's quitting smoking going? He's like, I don't know if I like this Champex. I'm like, fuck.
That's not the Champex. That's just life without cigarettes. It's just awful.
Just awful.
But yeah, well, doesn't it just make cigarettes taste like absolute shit?
Yeah, it makes you sick when you smoke one too. It makes you feel like shit.
That's awful.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you don't want them.
Yeah. I think that's the way you gotta go about it.
Yeah.
You gotta hate it.
The best time to quit is when you get sick. You know when you get real sick and a cigarette tastes like garbage?
Yeah, and like,
That's
or if
when-
you've got like a chest cold and you just hack and hack.
Yeah, that's the time to quit.
I know, but then the first day I'm healthy,
You're back to
jump Jones.
Dude, it's fucked. I can go like 5 days when I'm sick without smoking.
Yeah, I'd not even notice.
Not even think about it. And then as soon as I feel better, I'm like, oh, my lungs are way too clear. I need to
I can taste and smell the air. This is fucking.
Yeah,
give
I
me
need to
some.
get on this.
What's wrong with me?
Did you hear about the PETA thing going on? Oh, actually, quick before we get off of some crazy shit. Speaking of helping people, the affordable housing or like geared income housing, that kind of thing, right? The affordable housing waitlist for Kitchener-Waterloo, which is like a city right outside of Toronto. Like
out of the GTA, yeah.
It's right outside that area, Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge. It's like a big developed area.
Tri-City area.
Yeah. Guess what their wait list is for
12 years.
affordable housing? Do you knew about this?
No, that was a guess.
It's 10 to 12 years.
Yeah.
That is fucked up,
There's not enough
man.
of it. We don't build it.
That's fucked up. You can't just leave people. Oh, be like, oh, you're in need of affordable housing?
Luxury condos.
You obviously have only considered applying because you need it like pretty soon. You know what I mean? You got a couple month window because you know shit's about to hit the fan.
12 years.
10 to 12 years. That's fucked.
You're like better off applying, doing a 10-year jail bid, and then coming out.
Literally.
Yeah.
Coming out and being like, sick, I'm still on that wait list? Yep, here you go.
Yeah. It's actually fucked. We don't build it.
That's fucked up, man.
We just build luxury
Incentivize
condos, and
developers.
we just build sprawling luxury suburbs. I don't know where all these people are coming that are getting mortgages on all these places.
It's fucked.
You know what I mean?
It's like, this reminds me of the, like, before the '08 collapse in the States. Like, where the fuck is all this money coming from? Because let me tell you, everyone I know is poor.
I know. And we all rent
And we
at
all rent.
exorbitant rates.
Yeah, and remain impoverished.
Yeah.
That's not even a joke. Like,
That
even
is.
people I know that own houses still don't have a lot of money.
No.
Like,
No.
and they own their house, and they're like, oh, no, I'm pretty broke.
But their like mortgage payments and stuff are like the same as what we pay in rent, if not slightly less.
No, not anymore.
No?
No, mortgage rates are up.
Are they?
Dude, people's mortgage rates doubled.
Damn.
Dude, it is more cost effective to rent a place than it is to own right now. You
Why didn't
can't, because the cost of a house, unless you're able to put like $250,000 down on a house, let's say you're gonna get at least a $300,000 or $400,000 a month mortgage, or $300,000 or $400,000 mortgage, at least. You put whatever 20, 30, 40 grand down. If you put 40 grand down, you're still looking at like a $2,000 a month mortgage payment at least.
Do people not get like fixed rates when they're low?
Some people, but most people like took variable rate or are getting into it, and their mortgage rates coming up for renewal, and there's no way to get a new one, and now it's doubled.
Damn.
That's why people are selling houses again. It's slowly dropping the cost of housing
Yeah.
because it's too expensive.
Damn.
It's fucked.
That is fucked.
Yeah. I know a couple guys who pay $4,000 a month in a mortgage payment.
$1,000 a week?
$1,000 a week.
Oh.
That must hurt.
That's gonna
And
hurt
you want to
so
know what
bad.
sucks? How much of the fucking principal are you really paying down?
$1,500 maybe.
Terrible, man. I would literally blow my fucking brains out.
Yeah, that's awful. Mortgage, like the interest rate on mortgages is actually bonkers.
You know, we allowed the system to get to this point because back in the 80s, the mortgage rate was like 18%.
Mm-hmm.
So you bought a house for 60 grand, 80 grand, whatever.
Yeah.
You were paying like 18% on a mortgage.
Yeah.
So then it kept the cost of the house down. So yeah, you had a high interest rate on your mortgage, but at least the cost of housing was affordable and everyone owned homes. Mm-hmm. Now the cost of housing is exorbitant. They brought it down to almost zero. And then when they do a 1% increase on 1%, it's a fucking 100% increase on the mortgage.
Yeah.
Like on your mortgage payment. It doubles your mortgage payment. And now people are just fucked, and you're seeing houses go up for sale. It's brutal, man.
I'm too stupid to own a home.
Our economy's fucked right now.
I'm too stupid to own a home.
We're both economists. I don't know if you knew this.
Can I just real quick?
Yeah.
I'm sick of paper straws.
I hate paper straws. They don't save anyone.
I'm sick of paper straws. Someone saw one video of a turtle eating a plastic straw, and now, like, I agree, single-use plastic straws are bad,
Yes.
right? They're not great. It's a bad model for a product, I
Yep.
think. Single-use plastic in general, right? But fuck, man, do paper straws suck. And also, there's so many people flying private jets every single fucking day. Why do I have to be the one that has a paper
Can we
fucking straw?
unpack this? Can we unpack this?
Yeah, we can unpack this.
Okay.
I hate them. They're stupid.
Let me say a couple things. One, there's dye, bleach, and adhesive that makes that straw. And as it slowly degrades in your drink, you drink it up, which has to be horrendous for your health.
Long term, though.
Long term, it's terrible
Yeah.
for you. So there's that for starters. Second of all, I spoke to a marine biologist. I'm not going to say what organization they worked for.
The WWF.
No, I'm not going to say, actually, because I'll get in trouble.
Okay.
But I spoke
You signed
to...
an NDA?
Huh?
Signed an NDA?
No, but it was very understood. You don't cite.
That
you
you
don't
shut the
cite
fuck up.
me. Yeah. But I was speaking to a marine biologist, and they made a very clear point of saying to me, paper straws save nothing. They're like, you want to know how to save wildlife and save turtles? Like, turtles don't die from eating fucking straws.
One did.
Yeah, they're like, it's bullshit. Nothing happens. Like, you're talking about a minute amount. Like, you want to save animals that live in the ocean? Stop dragging nets on the bottom.
Dumping garbage.
Stop dumping garbage in the ocean and into rivers that feed the ocean. Mm-hmm. Oh, geez. And
Except for car batteries. You can throw those in the ocean.
yeah. And he was saying, and sonar. Sonar's horrific.
Sonar's fuck. I didn't know
horrific.
this. I thought it was like radar.
No, the U.S. and Canada both have turned. Like, when I was in the Navy, I remember learning about it because I worked on weapon systems. So they turned down their sonar because it literally drives whales and stuff insane.
Yeah.
Like, if you get anywhere near a sperm whale and the sonar was going off, they would pick it up because that's how they communicate. And they watched on countless occasions that they'd drive by and half a pod would just dive and dive and dive till they died. Just go down into the depths till they implode. It drives them completely insane.
Yeah, because I also heard if you were like swimming underwater too close to a sub or something, when sonar goes off, it would
It'll
liquefy
kill you. Yeah, it'll kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked.
That is so fucked.
It's like ultrasonic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll fuck your day.
It's like an actual energy wave.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, what I don't like, to be honest, and I'll point the finger a bit here, is that, like, the U.S. and Canada have... War's bad. Coming from someone who was in the military. War is bad.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Controversial one here.
Very controversial. The U.S. and Canada have made efforts to seriously, like, tone their sonar way back because of the effect on wildlife.
Yeah.
There's two countries in the world that don't seem to give a fuck and do whatever the fuck they want with their navies.
France.
No, France is great, dude. I love France. Don't do that to them. China and Russia do whatever the fuck they want with their navy and run around leaving a trail of dead whale carcass.
Damn.
On a regular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn, I
It's
didn't know that.
really fucked up, and it's not cool because whales take a really long time to breed and come to, like, fruition.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
Beautiful animals.
They are. Speaking of, did you see that Greenland shark that they just found?
No.
365 years old, something like that. Yeah, it's been roaming the ocean for, like, hundreds of years.
Damn.
It's the oldest known living vertebrate ever discovered. It's still alive, and they monitor it now.
Sharks are ancient.
Yeah.
Sharks have been on Earth longer than trees have. Did
Yeah.
you know that?
It's crazy.
Yeah. There's some shit in the ocean.
You know what's cool about it, though? They were saying, they're like, this shark has been roaming the ocean since, like, 1637 or whatever it was.
Yeah, since the fall of Constantinople.
Which is fucked to think about.
Yeah.
That, like, imagine what it's seen in its life as far as, like, all of a sudden there's all this traffic in the ocean. Like, he would have been swimming around a full-grown shark.
He would have been swimming around when Columbus came over.
Yeah. That's fucked.
That is fucked.
He would have been swimming around when
much
like
do you think he
people
remembers?
didn't cross the ocean, and now all of a sudden there's boats and ships. Like, he's adapted well in his life.
Yeah, how much do you think he remembers? Do you think he remembers being a young shark?
I think he must. I would love to have a good... We
Let's
should
get
have
him
him
on.
podcast.
Let's get him on. Oh, fuck, he's flapping around. Stop! Just, like, stick him in a bucket.
Hello, Mr. Shark. How
And
are
then
you?
we end up accidentally killing the oldest living vertebrate.
Jesus. We gotta bury the evidence.
We can't release this podcast.
But yeah, really, really cool. I don't know. I think back to the straws.
Yeah.
Back to the straws. I think it's ridiculous to put the onus
On the individual.
on the consumer. There's way more environmental damage done by manufacturing than there is by
That's exactly how I
consumerism.
feel about it. Almost every single environmental policy.
Yeah, like, fuck off, man.
I
It's
think you
not
should
our
have-
fault. Put it on billionaires who mass produce shit.
I don't have the choice.
Yeah, this is what's available.
Yeah, I know, but it's to make everybody feel like something's happening because they're doing it.
Yeah, there's
right?
nothing.
When at the top, like, you've got fucking cruise ships just burning like fucking crude oil for fuel.
I was gonna say,
You know what I mean?
we use barge. I tried to work on a magnetic propulsion system that didn't work.
Yeah, the fucking government would kill you.
And no, well, it's been played out before, and I didn't realize when I started doing
Oh,
my
it's been done.
thing. And you can't.
Oh, you were really excited about this.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I got my. You remember me talking about this, right?
Yeah, a long
I got my
time ago.
dreams crushed. I had a really long conversation with an engineer, and like we sat down and went through everything, and he's like, "Yeah, this has kind of been played out." And like no one's been able to solve it. He actually did give me kudos though. He's like, I'll tell you something. Because he's like, you made a model? And I'm like, yeah, I made a model and it goes, but then I can't control the speed. I can't control the speed and I can't brake the propulsion. Like once it's going, it's going. So I'm trying to figure out how to insulate him to do that. And he was like, you know what? He goes, you can, because I was like, dude, you're crushing my like years of dreams by telling me that I can't do this.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'll tell you something. He goes, you made it further than like a lot of, like if your model runs, you made it further than like many like engineers, like
Really?
people who are educated in this and couldn't get it to
Are you
work.
talking about like a maglev train?
No, for boats, propulsion for boats.
Okay.
Yeah, to get a propeller to work for a boat with magnets. My idea was
it like an electromagnet?
yeah.
Okay.
So I thought I'd be able to adjust the speed based on adjusting current.
Yeah.
Like adjust amperage
Yeah.
and like slow and increase amperage flow and then
But
in turn
once it's going, it's going.
I can increase it, but slowing it back down, like it'll only come down minutely. It doesn't seem to respond as well as I had hoped.
Well, yeah, because to
And then
to
braking,
brake, you'd have to like
I thought I would
reverse-
reverse the
right.
flow, and then it'd be like swapping leads on a motor is what I thought would happen, and it didn't work that way.
no.
It just didn't play out the way I thought it did, but I did really try. My motivation for it was to do it, and that because shipping containers all around the world, like when I was in the Navy, I realized that all these shipping containers burn what's called barge oil.
Yeah.
It's a byproduct of like the petroleum industry, and it's a really cheap fuel source.
Dirty.
It's horrifically dirty, and it's a massive pollutant, and they have spills all the time. And I was like, well, if you can avoid using that, you could like, I would think that you could substantially increase the health of the ocean, which would increase the health of our planet. Like it's most of our planet, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, well, how hard would it be? And then I looked at like how efficient solar panels were. They're not terribly efficient, but you don't need that much power. With a large battery reservoir in a barge, like inside the barge, you should be able to.
Isn't the problem too that batteries are really heavy?
Batteries are pretty heavy, but it's not too bad. Like you're talking about a vastly more efficient system, so that it doesn't cost people as much to ship, so then they can afford to take more trips.
We've already figured out the absolute best way to move a boat.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, sails.
Oh, sails. That's true.
Sails is the absolute best way to move a boat.
Yeah, I know.
And it's
really
a shame that we don't sail anymore.
It is a shame
Because
that
I
there's
would
not
be
giant
a
sailboats.
cross-Atlantic shipping magnate if I could have galleons with big fucking masts and huge sails, and I could stand at the big wooden wheel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
While
fucked.
people ran around me, and I was just kept it true. And then every now and then check the compass, adjust 2 degrees left. You know what I
mean? 2 degrees. I like the slight chair roll.
That's all I want, man. I just want that.
Well, we're going to when we get a sailboat and we sail the Great North American Loop.
Disappear forever.
Disappear because we died somewhere on the Atlantic. Coming into the North Atlantic, die.
Yeah. It'll just time perfectly that we'll be crossing into the Atlantic during the biggest hurricane of the year.
Like, what happened? I don't know. They were like,
we forgot.
They're like a kilometer offshore and they're gone.
We forgot to bring like a radio or something. We had no idea it was coming.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm looking a little stormy. And then we're never heard from again.
Dude, I actually think we could do it. You just stick close to shore.
Yeah. But sometimes that's out of your control, isn't it? Like, you'll get pushed around.
Yeah, but you zigzag.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I've never sailed.
That's how you sail. You catch it back and forth.
Yeah.
And unless it's straight to your back, then you can just cruise.
Yeah. On like that angle that they do. You
well,
ever see that?
Too, yeah.
Look. Fuck.
Yeah. It depends what way's the wind blowing, right?
Yeah. We'd have to, at one point, at least, stand on the edge of the boat, holding the rope. Like, lean out over the water as we sail, you know what I mean?
And, lean out and touch the water with one hand.
Yeah.
And just give it a little fingertip on the water.
Shh.
I'd be scared sailing through the Gulf of Mexico, though. A lot of shark attacks.
Shark attacks. Cuban Navy.
I don't think that's a big deal.
No? We're going to be strapped.
Yeah, you just stick close to the States.
Yeah, they like that.
Don't go near Mexico.
Pick up, a mule gig just on the way.
There's no Cuban Navy.
There's a Cuban Navy.
They don't have a fucking Navy.
They for sure have a Navy. If we have a Navy, Cuba has a Navy.
We have a fucking bomb-ass Navy.
I'm sure Cuba has one.
Cuba does not have a Navy. Are you looking this up right now?
Yeah.
I'm looking it up. Cuban Navy. Holy fuck, they have a Navy.
They have a Navy.
3,000 strong. Huh.
They have a Corvette. I'm assuming the boat, not the car.
Cuban Revolutionary Navy.
They have subs. Oh, they're old Soviet subs.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Huh. Well,
the Cuban Navy rebuilt one large ex-Spanish fishing boat.
That's what they have?
One of them. It's got 2 missile things, 1 twin 57mm gun mount, 2 25mm gun mounts, and a 14.5mm machine gun.
That's not that good.
No. They've got helicopters.
They got a helicopter.
Oh, it is. No, there's 2.
They have 2 helicopters.
They have 2 helicopters. So that still outguns whatever ship we have.
No! Get the fuck out of here.
Not Canada. I mean, me and you sailing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not to disrespect the Navy, dear God.
Yeah, don't you dare.
Yeah.
Put some respect on my name.
Our Navy is fantastic. We have the best seamen.
God damn it. My life's a joke.
No, just the Navy. Your life's great. It's just the Navy.
Fuck's sakes. All right. That's it.
And if, call to action, send us all, send me and Christian $20,000 so we can do this sailing trip.
Dude, honestly, if someone gave us 20 grand, we would go.
Just to, slap a logo on the boat and advertise
20 grand, I would say we would have to save, $5 grand each and we could do the trip.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
That'd be dope. All right. Thank you very much, folks. Stay reasonable.
Keep doubting.
Have a good night.
Reasonable Doubt Podcast. If you guys like funny, hilarious, goofy, goober, silly boys podcast, that is a good place to find yourself.
That was a good one.